Nischal Maheshwari joins us. Nischal, the watchword on the street is that don't buy telecom. It's a sector which is bombed out. It's a sector where you will see renewed capex. It's a sector where you are a disruptive player who is in no mood to relent. Despite that, the idea of Vodafone idea issue sailed through. It sailed through very smoothly. And if an issue of that size has sailed through, and I'm talking about the non-promoter party initial, it just tells you that institutional investors are backing it. So what has changed for telecom? Because after idea there is Bharti, and we understand that for Bharti also the interest is equally high.
Morning, Nikunj. I think this is the right way to look at least for the institutions, because they invest not for the next quarter or two. Basically, they are looking for the next few years. And if you look at the landscape as far as telecom is concerned, I think in the last 2 years since Jio has come, yes, everybody has suffered. But I think one important thing which has happened is basically it has consolidated the industry. When you used to have more than 5 to 6 players in each of the circles, today you have not more than 3. So I think this is a very, very welcome change which has happened basically as far as the industry is concerned. So competition has come down. Jio also has at the moment reached 300 million customers. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the launch of Jio, Mr. Ambani's dream was to achieve 400 million customers over a period of 5 years, and I think they have done a phenomenal job of maybe reaching there within 3 years. So I think once that comes through, I think market expects that the pressures on the pricing will ease off, and otherwise also the stocks are decimated. Basically, look at 17-18 rupees Idea, Vodafone now combined together basically. So these are two large companies and got enough deep pockets to back it up. So you are right basically that most of the institutions think that over a period of maybe a year or two, these stocks would be worth taking a bet on. That's what my view is also.
Nischal, just wanted to draw your attention to earnings, and apart from Maruti, and we've discussed diesel, maybe we'll come back to that with you, but Hero Moto as well, that's all slated to come out with its numbers, and yet again we're not going in with very gung-ho expectations, be it on the profit front, the margin pressure as well, that's likely. What is your sense on some of these names?
So I think Hero Moto, I think market doesn't expect much from them. It's been a tepid quarter for them. I do not expect great numbers out there as far as Hero Moto is concerned. I think the two-wheeler per se, why two-wheeler? I think the whole auto sector has been pretty weak in the last quarter. Having said that, I think one has to start looking at saying what kind of valuation these stocks are quoting, and I think some time back also I've quoted saying that two-wheelers at these prices seem to be pretty good. Hero Moto, if I remember it right, is something like 7.5 times EV to EBITDA. So it is more or less quoting some closer to some of the commodity companies. Such a strong franchise basically across the country, quoting at a valuation and free cash flows, strong free cash flows. I think these are stocks basically which will be look positively from the institution point of view. Yes, maybe a couple of quarters is going to be weak, but I think this is a good price to enter these stocks.
Nischal, tell me, give me a sense of the last three big purchases which you've done in terms of quantum at Centrum in last 10-15 days in the run up to the election. What I'm trying to gather from you, Nischal, is that where are you telling your clients to invest and buy the current market to their advantage even before elections?
So, Nikunj, as you know, we are in an advisory position only, so we do not invest ourselves. But obviously, I will tell what I have been advising my clients. And I think the 2 or 3 things have remained pretty steady basically in the last 6 to 9 months. So, Reliance has been our top pick and it continues to be there. And we have been continuously recommending Reliance to still be bought at these prices. The second has been the corporate banks, and corporate banks still continue to be ICICI, Axis and Yes in that order. These are 3 banks which have been recommending basically, and now I think HDFC also seems to be getting in there basically, given that last quarter has been phenomenal for them. Not last, but I think last 3-4 quarters they have been doing pretty well. So I think these 3-4 corporate banks as a cluster basically, and the third one which we are recommending is autos. Because autos, I believe the worst is already priced in. Yes, a quarter or two basically you are going to see some kind of pressure coming in, but I am very positive on the outlook on autos because as more and more money gets spent on the after the election basically comes into the rural hand, I believe the two-wheelers is going to be the first one which will take off. So, I think these are 2 or 3 sectors basically which one can take their choices on, but these are 2 or 3 sectors which we have been recommending to people.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Nischal Maheshwari, let's get closing comments from you. Would you buy a Maruti, or are you worried about what they're trying to do in terms of the diesel, diesel engine phasing out strategy?
If I look at the pricing basically, I think there is some way to go as far as Maruti is concerned. As far as the diesel engine issue is concerned, I think that's been a bold move on their part. But I think it was quite expected because the prices goes up dramatically for the cars, and that's why I believe that's a right move on their part. Only we have to see is whether they have enough options as far as the petrol engine is concerned. So that is what we have to look out for, but that's a bold move I can say basically as far as Maruti is concerned.
Is the downturn in autos, Nischal, more like a buying opportunity, or you would say it's too early? It's going to be a long and a hard road of recovery for autos.
I don't think so, Nikunj, basically that this is a long drawn out basically because the stocks, if you look at it, most of them are down almost around 40 to 50% from the tops. And that's why I believe basically, as I was telling you earlier, Hero Motor is available around 7.5 times EV to EBITDA. Now these are valuations basically would typically attribute to, like, if I remember it right, JSW Steel is quoting at same kind of valuations. Now a commodity and a player basically which has got a 25-year history, strong moat, quotes at the same price, one should definitely start look up unless you are saying it's a declining business. And I don't believe there is a declining business as far as two-wheelers or autos are concerned in the country. So still I think penetration levels, yes, two-wheeler you are fully penetrated, but I think four-wheelers there is a huge scope for penetration itself. So I think this is a good time to keep on accumulating these stocks. Now it may be 1 or 2 quarters is the worst basically I believe where the stocks would be around these prices.
Right. Okay. That's the call coming in on some of the names. But Nischal, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining in.